kind of curious about what I use as a canvas. So as you can see, I don't have the fanciest art studio here, just in my basement and in my husband's gym. And basically what I do is I take a big roll of sandpaper, and I'll show you a picture here in a sec, and I cut it into pieces. And what I usually do first is the frame that I purchased, I take it apart and I take the backing out of it, which is usually an awesome little piece to have because it helps me give support to my canvas, which is the sandpaper. So then what I do afterwards is, once I do the measurements, I take the piece and I take my scissors, which is great because this sharpens my scissors at the same time. And I take my roll and I cut it to the shape of the frame. Now this roll of sandpaper usually goes for about $700 to $800 a roll. So I try to be very sparingly with it when I am doing my measurements. I always measure twice to make sure that I don't lose any of my canvas. Alright, so there we go. We have my new piece of canvas, which if you hear that, you can tell that it is sandpaper. Now, I'm just going to go get my Elmer's glue. Now, this is a spray adhesive right here, and this is how I attach my canvas to my cardboard. It's the easiest way to do it because I found that when I'm using different types of canvases, I tried paper that had a lot of tooth in it, which just means that it can grab a lot of the pigment of the pastels. And I found it very expensive. And I found that it would start mudding, so I could only put on so many layers of pastel. But when I started using this right here, I realized I can add layers and layers and layers and layers, almost 3 times the amount that I ever could with just plain paper. So a few guys have asked what I use, and that's basically it. So what I do here, I take my spray can, I gotta check the end of it, sometimes the glue gets stuck afterwards and then it gobs everywhere and this stuff is sticky. So I just spray it. Not too much because that will warp my paper, which I don't want to do because, like I said, this is super, super expensive to buy and hard to find. Alright, now that I have that, I take my board and I put it down on the ground, make sure that it is clean. And I just plunk that down, try to get it centered as much as possible before I start pushing it. Bam. And then I go from the middle down, letting that, we're good, go, go, go. And there, now that I have that, I have to work my way out. But how I do it is this. Take another piece that I was cut off and I press it down, trying to get that piece of sandpaper attached to that cardboard. And basically that's it. I keep the spare piece because again, that's going to be another canvas for another painting. And voila, Byron's new canvas that he's going to be doing a new painting on today. Thank you very much, and I hope that cured your curiosity.